let's get to making some all-NBA playoff teams. I'm going to need your help, like I said, guys. I had 2 rules, and I think they were very, very simple. My first rule, you had to make the second round. I wasn't going just like Anthony Edwards, lights out, 31 points per game in 5 games. That just didn't feel right. So you had to get into the second round. That was one of my rules. And we're going to build the teams like they still do all-NBA. We're going 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center. Next year when we do this, positionless. But not this year.
Great.
You know, I'm a stickler for the rules. Okay, I thought the first team was pretty damn easy. Maybe you guys will agree or disagree. All NBA playoffs first team. At guard, Steph Curry. He's averaging 35 and 6. It's his most efficient playoff run in terms of shooting the ball since 16-17. Okay. The other guard, Devin Booker. It didn't end well. That was rough. 12 points, is that what you said there, TK, in the
12
Game
points,
6
4
loss?
for 13, yep.
Yeah, I hate to see it, but he still averaged 33.7 points per game, shooting basically 59% from the floor, 50% from 3. You throw in 7 assists per game, 5 boards per game. Probably the best defense we've seen Booker play to date, so he's still making all NBA playoffs.
No recency bias there.
Yeah,
that's
we
correct.
can't go overboard. Jimmy Butler's a forward. That's a no-brainer. Guy's averaging 32, 6 and 6 over 9 games. Did miss a couple. We'll see what happens tonight in Miami. Jason Tatum is the other forward. Now, I know. It's not amazing. He's struggling with his shot. He's averaging 26 points per game. He's shooting 43% from the floor. But you can't say he is not contributing, at least in other ways. He's averaging 10.4 rebounds per game. 5 and, round down if you want. 5 assists per game, a steal and a block. So it sounds weird because he's had some duds, or at least starting games has had some gross games. But still, the numbers are 26, 10, and 5. Guys, I mean, we saw him take over. He had that Kobe mentality, man. He shot 1 to 13. He's like, I don't care, give me the ball again. So
he's
I
filling
still
up
got
the
him on
box
there.
score, and
Yeah.
I mean, he's still averaging 26 a game. Like, he's still playing well. It's just his first halves it seems like his first halves are always pretty poor. But man, he does everything else, which I think is super important, and probably why he's able to stay confident that his shots eventually going to drop. Like, he's still involved in the game. He still shoots, and eventually the shot comes around. And then you look at the other forwards, and I'm sure you're going to be a virtuous man keeping Anthony Davis as a center.
I will be.
Ergo, he can't make it as a forward, which he probably would here if you were going to fudge the numbers. But ain't a lot of other great forwards going right now.
You're damn right. We'll get to that. So Tatum, he's there.
Yeah, Tatum.
And then center is Jokic. Trey already said it here earlier in the podcast. He's the best player in the postseason, like almost by far. And those were some incredible numbers I just went through for all 4 of these guys. And Jokic has somehow been even better. So first team, all NBA playoffs. It's Curry, it's Booker, it's Butler, it's Tatum. It's the Joker. All NBA playoff second team. Guards, I've got Jalen Brunson as one of the guards. 26.5 points per game, 5 boards, 6.5 assists, 1.5 steals. We've seen what he's done recently. Obviously a huge Game 5 to even force a Game 6 there in Miami tonight. No issues with Brunson?
Certainly not.
Guard. Okay.
No.
The second guard on the second team, Jamal Murray. He has almost identical numbers to Brunson on better shooting, a bit more efficient. So I'm going Brunson and Murray as the guards. The forwards, it gets a little difficult. I'm putting Kevin Durant here. The guy still scored 29 points per game, shooting splits 48-33. Don't love to see that from deep, and then 92 at the line. 9 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 1.5 blocks. It's just this guy's at the level of the greatest of all time type level where it's like this was a bad postseason or at least a bad playoff series. And it's true. And credit to the Nuggets defenders and all that. It's wild that a guy can go for 29, 9, and 5 and we're like, ugh, he wasn't very
Step it
good.
up.
Yeah, but that's how good he is. So he's still on the second team. And then I went Jaylen Brown as the other forward, obviously making all NBA second team. I put him here. Best playoffs of his still fairly young career, 25 points per game, a really efficient field goal percentage at 62%. So that felt right here as the second forward. And then
here come the LeBrons.
Well, yeah, I went back and forth between LeBron, Durant, and Brown, like who was going second team, who was going third team. But here's a Laker. I'm putting Anthony Davis as the second best center in the playoffs over Joel Embiid. He leads the playoffs in rebounds per game, 13.5. That's a big number. Blocks per game, 3.4. His scoring has dipped. He's averaging under 22 points per game, but he's been the Lakers' best player, most consistent player throughout these playoffs. So AD as the center. Second team, Brunson, Murray, KD, Jaylen Brown, and Anthony Davis.
All right.
And now we get to the third team, and I need your help. I have one locked in. Well, two. Joel Embiid is the center.
Okay.
Bam. Joel Embiid's been better. He's only played 8 games, but he averaged 25, 10, and 3. I love the defense we've seen from Embiid throughout this postseason. I think him and AD are sort of like neck and neck in terms of who's been the best defensive player, especially for a big guy. But he gets the spot there, just squeaking past Bam.
Oh, I think no question. I think you could make a good case for Joel over Anthony Davis, but yeah, no question. Bam's been the 4th best center.
Okay. And then I had LeBron here. Yes, his three-pointer has completely abandoned him, but he's averaging 23, 10, and 5. He's picking his spots. He's 38 years old. That makes sense in year 20 here or whatever. He's playing under 37 minutes per game in the postseason. That's the same workload he had for the bubble championship. Just jumped out at me there. Keep an eye on that, and whether or not they can replicate their championship there down in Disney. But LeBron is a forward. Okay, everybody's on board. Who's the other forward? I got some names.
What about this guy in the third team forwards? Yeah,
a little bit.
It's tough out there.
Okay, I mean, if you love the defense, you might want a Draymond Green. I get that. How about RJ Barrett? How about Andrew Wiggins? And then how about a couple nuggets in Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr.? See, nobody jumps off the page to me, but you make the case.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm thinking about digging back into the first round guys instead. Giannis is still sitting
We're not
there.
doing that, Tass.
I know.
Let it go.
I know. But when you're doing what about this, guys? Get Mikal Bridges in there. No, I'm kidding. Okay, yeah, this is a tough spot.
Yeah. Barrett, Wiggins, Draymond, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr. Do you want to cheat? You want to put Bam as a forward?
We ain't cheating. No. I think if I were making this is All-Star and we're making cases for guys, I'm making a case for Aaron Gordon. I think he has been awesome defensively against Kevin Durant, and then he's been a pretty efficient scorer, I think, as well. So I would probably make a case for him. But I mean, Barrett's had a really good playoffs. He's been the second best Knick, I think, so far. Him or Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell dominated, I guess, in the first round against the Cavs, but I would be making cases for AG.
Okay. I like that coming down to an RJ Barrett, sort of more for offensive reasons. Aaron Gordon, sort of more for defensive reasons.
I'll go Barrett. I know Gordon has been on the riding with Jokic and Murray, so Barrett has had more offensive responsibility, and he's coming through. Either way, I'm happy with either one.
Okay, here's Aaron Gordon's playoff numbers. He's averaging 13 points per game, 6 boards, 2 assists. He does not fill up the defensive box score, though we all agree he's been a really good defender. Shooting 47% from the floor, that's really great. 38 from deep, and making basically 1 a game here in the postseason. So the numbers are not going to wow you. It's definitely more of he's been an impact player.
You got to watch him play.
The championship favorites. What's RJ averaging? He's
20.
20 plus, yeah.
Yep.
It's been good. Oh, tell us in the stream team as we move on here. Is it RJ Barrett or Aaron Gordon for that final spot at the forward position on the third team All-NBA playoffs? And the guards, we haven't even talked about them.
Yep.
I don't even have anyone slotted in. It feels weird to put James Harden in the mix. I don't think we can. Despite okay, you're making a face.
I'm in. I'm in on Harden. He's hit 2-game winners.
Yeah, it's big. I guess it's funny because
They've won
Maxey
7 games in the playoffs and he hit 2-game winners.
Yeah. Maxey's been the more consistent, better Sixers guard. Harden's been, of course, the guy that's won them a couple games and then maybe has arguably lost them a couple games. But okay, Maxey 21 points per game, shooting 40% from deep. Harden with the highs and lows that we maybe have never seen. Other names: Marcus Smart, D'Angelo Russell, Klay Thompson. I mean, it feels like he hasn't had a great postseason, but the numbers are still sort of Klay-like.
Yeah, no, now we're digging deep with the Russell. Yeah, Klay hasn't been quite there. I mean, I don't mind a smart Harden, a Maxey Harden, to have 3 Sixers on the third team. Very funny.
right.
But James, it is amazing what he was doing in the first round. it was bad. It was just bad. Not playing anywhere close to his capabilities, and they get a sweep. And then in the second round,
they swept that series.
second round up and down, up and down.
Need the last game, right?
Yeah. So it's been a wild one, man. It has been a roller coaster for him, but you're dropping 45. His numbers overall, fine. The 3-point shots are good. The 2-point shots are not.
Okay, so between Maxey and Harden, Tass, if you could only pick one, okay, James Harden, you're pro Harden. Okay, you guys have talked me into it. And then, so who's the other one? Is it a Sixers backcourt, a Maxey Harden, or is it a Smart Harden, or someone else that I'm forgetting here?
I'd probably go Smart. I think I would go Smart. He's at least had an impact, I feel like, in every game.
Good or bad?
Good or bad. Exactly right. And he helped win them a game last night, so I'm feeling positive about Smart today.
Some nice recency bias as well.
Fine.
I'll do it.
Okay, all NBA playoffs third team. It is. Lock it in. James Harden and Marcus Smart are your guards. Ooh. It's a flop-off, baby. LeBron is a lock as one of the forwards there. I'm going to go RJ Barrett here. He has had some really good scoring games.
For sure.
Homer pick being Canadian, no doubt. And then Joel Embiid is our third center. Tell us who we screwed up on. Maybe tell us who we just missed completely.